So yeah, they're banging in the pool. There's fucking orgy going on in the pool. Gotta clean the pool.
Yeah. If the movie has any redeeming quality whatsoever, it's his fucking role. Crapulé.
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 This whole story is crapulé. Hello there. Welcome to What the Suck, episode number 14 for season 4. My name is Chris, your host, and across from me, looking dead at me like I'm an idiot, is my co-host James.
You are an idiot, but that's all right. That's why I love you, man.
Okay, well,
Yeah, all right.
I think I have to be an idiot to what season? Okay, season 4, 14. How many movies have we watched by now?
Oh, God. Let's see. At least 24 to 25 per season. So we're looking. We've probably hit about 100 movies, including our Patreon stuff.
So I'm definitely an idiot for watching this many movies. Then so
it's not your fault.
it's the name of the game, though.
It sucks up the IQ point.
But you know what? I love it.
Absolutely.
No matter how bad the movie, even the ones that we've given priorly, I know priorly is not a word, whatever. We've given the Sixth Turd to
The
like
Sixth
Zozo.
Turd. We've given the Skull Turd to a couple. Yeah.
Even those, they sucked at the time, but I enjoyed watching them.
Yes.
And this week's episode is no different.
No.
So this week was my pick, and we are watching 2004's The Risen.
The Risen.
Now, I picked this on a couple of different criteria. One, it was an alien. We haven't done an alien in a while.
Hell no.
We've done a bunch of rednecks and fucking hillbillies.
Yep.
You can't hear yourself?
No, I can hear myself.
Okay.
I was trying not to burp in the fucking mic.
Oh, okay. We've done a bunch of aliens and a bunch of rednecks, hillbillies, and sleeve stack monsters. But we haven't done aliens. Aliens, perfect. Okay.
I think the last alien one we did was the Teenage Vampires from Outer Space crap.
Is that the last alien? No shit.
I think so. Well, wait a minute. Now the Chupacabra was not an alien.
Nope, not an alien.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Nope. I take it back. Don't fuck in the woods.
That was not an alien.
That was an alien.
No, it's not.
Where'd it come from then?
It didn't show, but it wasn't an alien.
Damn.
It was just a weird sleeve stack monster.
It was weird, all right.
Because this movie shows alien coming in.
That's true. It shows UFO coming
in a water tower UFO.
You said that too?
You put that in your notes?
I said, that's the first thing I put. I said, man, they zoomed in on that water tower real good.
That's exactly what I did, yeah.
Yep, and then the nice cotton ball soaked with alcohol effect.
Yeah, no shit.
It's like somebody soaked one with fucking, like some lighter fluid and Vaseline and lobbed it at the camera. That's our crashing UFO.
Yes, that's exactly what it was too. Yeah. But yeah, so I picked it because it was a alien, which I hadn't done in a while, and then I also picked it because it was an hour and 10 minutes. Super short.
Yeah.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Even if it's bad. Now, what's funny is that normally when we pick these short ones, I have an issue where like what feels like maybe 30 to 45 minutes in, I'm like, oh my God, this thing is dragging on. And so I move the mouse over to see where the progress bar is. Yep. And it's 20 fucking minutes in. And I'm like, oh my God, this hour feels like fucking 3.
It's killing me. You're killing me.
This one didn't feel like it, mostly because there's so much shit that happens at like breakneck speed.
Yeah.
That this is the first time I've done this. I had to pause it multiple times so I can write my notes.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if I didn't, I'd miss like 3 fucking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's you're exactly right.
It's fucking weird.
I couldn't keep up with it. I've got a bunch of bullet point notes here, and I'm hoping the fuck I can make sense of where I put them and what I was talking about at the time.
Yeah, so just for that reason, this movie was fascinating to me. Just
yes,
for that reason. Okay, so let's get into it. It's directed by Brandon Bethmann and Eric Szmyr. Sorry. Szmyr.
I like it.
Also written by Brandon Bethmann and Eric Szmyr, whatever. Doesn't have a lot of people in it, so I'm going to name them off.
Nope.
Sue Ellen Bethmann. I'm sure it's related. Megan Bouchard, James Careless, Dominic Giambetti, Connor Grocki, Tony Grocki, Adam Hanna, Michael Hayes, Jeff Kirkendall, Adam O'Connor, Steve Patrick O'Connor. There's a lot of family stuff going on here. A lot of nepotism.
A lot of O'Connors.
Yeah. Tony Ballone, hey.
Tony Ballone,
hey, Tony Ballone, he plays Jack Adler, Tony Ballone. And then Eric Szmyr, Szmyr, who, by the way, plays Slade Hunter, which we'll I want to get into that
Oh,
later.
God.
We'll get into later. Okay, so what's this movie about? Well,
You know what? It's funny you just said that because I just brought back some shit. Because like I said, I was sitting there trying to gather my thoughts. Because,
Yeah.
usually when we watch these and I put my notes in here and it's been a couple days,
Uh-huh.
I kind of have a hard time. I look back at my notes and like, what the fuck was I writing? What was I talking about here?
What?
Exactly. But yeah, I know that. Ugh. Bleh.
Okay, so here is the synopsis I got from IMDb.
IMDb.
That came directly from the producer, director, writer, and it's the description. I want to warn you now. The description or the breakdown of the movie that they wrote, description of it is longer than the fucking movie. So
Let me do mine real quick.
Go ahead.
I have my own little synopsis.
Oh, you have your own stuff. Okay, go ahead. Let's hear yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've taken 3 short, weird movies and slammed them into one and run them all at the same time, so you have no idea what the fuck's going on at any particular time. The stories have no continuity, and we have no fucking clue what's going on.
That's not a synopsis, but okay, that works. That's fine.
That's kind of what it is.
I mean, I don't know where you got 3 different movies from because it was all one movie to me.
Well, it was one
We
movie,
watched the same thing, right?
Yeah, well, we had the alien killing motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We had the war flashback shit,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
never explained.
No, a lot wasn't explained in
And,
this movie.
and then there was something else, and I'm sure I'll remember.
Oh, the
it.
sheriff boyfriend one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Well, let's hear what the director wrote. Ready? In 1962, a top secret government agency designed a spaceship to explore the deepest reaches of outer space.
Buck Rogers.
On its voyage back to Earth, it disappeared without a trace. 44 years later, Jack Adler, a rogue CIA agent, has uncovered the government's dark secret. Today, Adler is set to unleash an evil on this planet like nothing man has ever seen. Fueled by his own ambition and greed, he has devised a plan that threatens the fate of all humanity as he opens the door to something not of this earth. Caught in the chaos is Slade Hunter, a down-and-out ex-Special Forces soldier. Special emphasis on the word special. He searches to put the pieces of his brother's brutal murder together. Soon, he finds himself battling for his own life against a band of mercenaries, government agents, and Earth's deadliest visitor.
As we are battling for our sanity, trying to...
Once again, though, the end of this movie gave me big Predator vibes, but
yeah,
like Don't Fuck in the Woods, it failed to deliver spectacularly.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, what do you say? Do you want to go over the rating system?
I can real quick.
Go for
sure,
it.
Why not?
Go ahead.
In the old days, folks, we used to do we did the turd rating system 1 through 5. You know how that worked. But we are now using the colored turds.
Yes.
We've trashed the old system. We started with this new one, fancy schmancy.
I love it.
At the top, of course, we've got the gold turd, the one we adopted in our previous seasons. We decided to go ahead and make it a permanent, more usable part of the show. So that's the ones, the top of the heap. Those are the ones you want to keep, possibly buy them and put them in your permanent library if you want. Those are the instant classics, the one you're going to watch over and over. They become a cult classic, view them every year. Whatever. Then we have what we call the flesh wound, which is the brown turd. A little alcohol, a little dirt on it, it'd be fine. Those are good ones, maybe a digital copy, something like that. They're definitely worth watching. Then we have what we call nicked an artery. You're bleeding out pretty bad. That is our black turd. That's right there in the middle. Alcohol is definitely needed, and you are going to probably want to smoke a little something. They're not that bad, but...
Drink a little drink, smoke a little smoke.
Yep, and then we get a little dangerous here. We now have the red turd. This is the axe to the chest. There's blood everywhere. You're done for. This is one and done kind of movies. That's all I can say about that. And then we have my favorite one, which unfortunately is used in the worst case scenario, the gray skull turd, the death turd we call it, which means the movie has absolutely no horror value whatsoever. It is a waste of time from a horror perspective. As a matter of fact, I used the gray turd here a couple episodes ago.
You did?
Because the movie, although not bad, was not a horror movie. So I was like, if you're going to watch a horror movie, don't watch this.
Right.
So go back and check it out.
Yeah, we those who haven't been listening since season 1, our initial rating systems, like he's mentioned, were 1 through 5, and even at the bottom, the 5s, we recommend you watch it.
Absolutely.
But when we had the very first what we called special edition Six Turd I Am Zozo, which was the one that we could not recommend to watch at all. We're like, okay, well that's great. It's gonna be a one and done. There's no way we're gonna get that again because they're bad. These movies are bad, but they're not.
Yeah.
We've watched a lot of bad movies, but none of them have been I Am Zozo bad.
Nope.
Well, then we started actually running into more, and I was like,
Yes,
okay, instead of making this a special thing, let's just go ahead and make it part of the rating because I feel like we're going to get into even more of these later on.
Well, because you never can tell.
No,
we picked these out of the trash basically, and hope that they've at least got some value of some sort.
We usually pick these the way you're not supposed to pick a book, which is by the cover and the
Pretty
whatever
much.
synopsis they might have in their description. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, man. Well, let's go ahead and let's get into the review of this thing, shall we?
Indeed.
Sweet.
Save the confession. How do I kill this?
You can't stop it.
Combination, please.
I tested it. It's pure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is something that,
Besides me coughing. sorry.
besides James coughing, is a very unique type of movie that we have not seen yet.
Yeah.
So this thing, first of all, James mentioned earlier. So it starts off with space, and it's very, very CGI, and you see a ship coming around, and apparently it's the dude that he's crashing to Earth. And when he comes to Earth, he turns from a spaceship into a cotton ball on fire, heading onto a model, because that's exactly what it looks like.
That is exactly what it is.
Yeah, so he crashes out, and then a woman in the house wakes up, goes to check it out, opens the door. Now, at this point, because of the cinematography, and I guess they shot it on film. I'm pretty sure they shot
Which
it.
I dubbed as, I put on here for a 2022 film. It looks
Which
like
is-
it was shot in the 60s.
It's not. It's 2004 film.
2004.
Yep, 2004 is when
I
it
hope
was-
the fuck I watched the right movie.
you saw the because you saw the alien space
Yeah.
cotton ball. I know why you said 2022, because that's what it says on the description on Tubi.
Oh.
But that's not when it came out. It was not when it was released. It was
Well, horse
2004.
piss. Okay, well,
Yeah.
2004
2000.
still looks like it was filmed, in Flintstone days.
So it looks very much like the restarting of Doctor Who back in 2005.
Holy shit! I said Dark Shadows.
Same thing. Yeah.
I was thinking more of a Dark Shadows kind of vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you watch
Same shit.
the Chris Eccleston 2005 Doctor Who, when they restarted it, it's the same sort of cinematography, same bad effects. It has it matter. I put it in my notes. It legit feels like a Doctor Who episode.
Well, except Doctor Who doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't. It's fantastic. Yeah. And then she opens the door and comes across the wreckage, and a man in a aluminum foil suit comes out, looking like a baked potato.
I would. What kind of PBS Vincent Price bullshit is this? I was like, what the fuck?
And it wasn't even. Maybe I didn't see it right, but at least from what I saw, it didn't look like a space suit. It looked like a 3-piece suit, just made of foil. Like he was going to an intergalactic business meeting.
Oh shit!
So then we get the title card, Yeah, so then we cut to a narrator who's trying to be all cool and shit and sound all spooky, but he's saying this on this week's episode of Risen.
That's where I got the Vincent Price thing. I was like,
Gotcha.
what kind of rip off? Of course, Vincent Price was awesome, but I just used it as a...
His voice was much better too, yeah. Especially this guy.
Yep.
So he says a bunch of other bullshit, and then apparently a comic book cover comes up. So this is giving me very much creep show type vibes.
Yes.
He says to sit back, get some popcorn, and lock the door. And so I really wanted to point out that that part about the comic book cover coming up, because it comes into play later on about 3 more times.
Yep.
In parts that just totally fucking annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah, because
so
when
bad.
he said to lock the door, I hit pause and I went and took a dump. I was like, you know what?
He said lock the door, not drop the kids off.
Well, too bad.
I mean, that's what you did, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
I live alone, so.
But so when you dropped the kids off, you didn't even close the door.
Nope.
Because you live alone. You said,
Don't have to.
That shit wafting out. Fuck y'all. The cows get it. The cows get it. Then we cut to a man being tortured for a combination code to a suitcase.
What's the code? Give me the fucking code. I'm not going to give you the code. Give me the fucking code.
And then he gives him the code.
Then he gives him the code.
So he gives him a code, but then he tells him that something in the suitcase helps you breathe in space for some reason. And then he opens it up, and there's vials of kryptonite inside there.
Holy fuck. Man, we on the same page, brother. I put the same shit. I said, kryptonite. And I was like, oh, wait. Wrong shit. And I said, Chemlite fluid, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Or it's probably just like, it's either Chemlite fluid, or it's just coolant, and they have like a light underneath the suitcase. Yeah. So
got some damn fire Prestone too.
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
Yep.
So he opens the suitcase and then kills the hostage. Cut to the CIA. Now,
yeah, that's what I put. Kill one, not fancy, but at least I didn't wait very long.
Yeah.
At 5:23, we get.
Oh, did you count that one?
I did, because he shot him right in the fucking head.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even count
Right
that
in front
one.
of us.
I didn't even count that one.
Get with it, fool.
Hang on.
Get them kills up.
Okay, so say it again.
All right, so at 50 or
Just
50,
say the date or the time. I mean,
at 5:28, we get.
Kill 1.
okay.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so we get kill one. So I think I got my kills later. I forgot to count that one, and
But at least it
whatever.
didn't wait. Like
At least
I said,
it didn't wait.
At least
Yeah.
I didn't wait to start with the kills, because God knows this movie needed them.
Yes. So then we cut to the CIA. We meet some nerd, and he gives him the suitcase and tell him to take it to the rendezvous.
And of course, they start playing some corny ass rock music, which I liked.
I thought it was horrible.
You know, I always liked that. I put, that's my jam.
And then you get this fucking 5-minute long shot of him actually walking out the fucking train station. Like, you see the entire length of him walking up. I'm like, what the fuck? I know you're trying to fill time, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Cut to a party with a shit ton of white people there, and some dude gets a call and tells his friend he has to go.
I put on this one.
What?
I had to do. I said, ring, ring. What do you want? I want better acting. That's what the fuck I want. Yeah, that's because he goes, what do you want? Oh, I gotta go.
What do you want? What do you want?
Exactly.
On his way home, he comes across a UFO that looks like a water tower and gets beamed aboard.
You gotta love it. I swear to God, it's a water tower, folks.
It's all what it is. Like when they cut from him to it, and I was like, that just looks like they stood right in front of a water tower.
Yep.
And just pointed the camera up. I was like, that's all it is. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna be mad at them.
Nope.
You use what you got.
And then who is it? Somebody wanders up to the son of a bitch, don't they?
That's the guy that leaves the party. The guy that got the phone call. Yeah.
That's right.
He walks up to it and he gets beamed aboard.
At 8:40, I thought he got zapped and evaporated.
No, he got beamed aboard.
I put it down as a kill because I thought they evaporated his ass.
It's not a kill for sure. You are fucking reaching for some goddamn kills.
Reaching.
He got beamed aboard that shit. Then we cut back to the party and the alien shows up, and at 9:04 he kills some dude taking a piss for
Kill 2.
and then he gets spotted by the others who just all take off. Some people fall in the pool. One dude actually dives in the pool because he's a fucking idiot.
That is hilarious. Yeah, I saw that. He's like, the fuck
He
was that?
literally says, "Oh no," and then jumps in the pool.
Ugh.
Then he kills another dude, but it's kind of half off screen, so I'm not counting it.
I actually did count it because death is death.
Again,
but-
you're fucking reaching.
it's okay.
Yeah, we're not counting it.
Well, this is your movie. This is
True,
you're
it's my
leading
movie,
this one,
so,
so you can
yeah.
go with it. But
And everyone takes off, but there's one dude left at the
it was
party,
on screen.
and he's killed off screen. Then we cut to a couple playing chess. One's a rent-a-cop who's supposed to be a sheriff but he looks like a rent-a-cop because he has a tiny little toy badge and a patch he got probably from like the Goodwill or something. He gets called to go to the massacre. And again, this is a very low budget, obviously, very low budget.
Yes.
I couldn't help but love and also laugh at this next part. So he gets called to the massacre. He goes off screen. And entirely off screen, we hear him get in the car, start the car, peel out, turn on the sirens. We don't see a fucking single car. It's all off screen because they couldn't get a car. They couldn't get stock footage of a car.
So they're sitting there going, okay, do the door sound.
Yeah.
hit the button for the door.
Yep.
Okay, hit the button for the car start.
Yep. Which means that they had that actress stand in that place for an extended period. So they could, like, okay, just stand there. We need, like, maybe, like, 20 seconds so we can add some sound
camera,
effects.
dude, and don't say nothing.
Yeah. But I loved it. But then we get a flashing lights. He arrives at the place, and there's bodies all over the place.
All off screen, unfortunately.
There's a ton of them, but they're all off screen.
Yep.
Well, okay, I take it back. They show one body.
Yeah, well, it's
because they couldn't afford any more special effects.
Yeah,
they show the one dude. Everything next. Okay, so then this is the part that really like got me. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then everything that happens next happens at breakneck fucking speed.
Yes, and I hated that.
I had to pause and rewind 6 fucking times to get all this shit down because, like, after that, so it cuts more than a rabbi at a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
I mean, so what happens next? He finds a claw. He takes it to a lab who looks under a microscope and says it's not earthly. All in like 10 seconds. Not like 2 seconds.
That's a bris, actually.
Is it what?
Bris.
Bris?
Or bris or brie when they circumcise.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Bris. Thank you for pointing that out.
No problem.
Then cut again to him talking to a survivor at the hospital. Weird edits and cuts all over the place. Then the very next cut is one that's going to happen again, and that really fucking pissed me off. So then we cut to a comic panel of the sheriff getting the autopsy from somebody in a very, very poorly drawn comic panel scene. And they did this because they forgot to shoot that scene, and they couldn't get the actors back to redo it.
Nope.
So instead, and because it was such an important goddamn scene, so important,
yeah,
they were like, oh, well, we're doing a comic book thing anyway.
Let's pencil it in.
Fuck it. just can your 6-year-old brother draw a comic panel for me, and we'll just put that in the movie. Then cut to the girlfriend arriving at her parents' house. Then cut again. See, all this is fucking cutting. This is a bunch of cutting.
It's cutting. And somewhere in there, I wrote down a kill, but I have it as kill 5.
Damn, you got 5 already?
But it was too dark. But the monster breathing sounds. I didn't count. I put a question mark.
Yeah, I didn't.
But
count
I did note that the monster's breathing sounds like a fucking vacuum hose into a fan, like somebody's breathing in a vacuum hose, one of them long ass tubes.
You're probably
into a fan. It's like,
yeah, that kill's coming up, because that's after the girlfriend arrives at her parents' house. Because it cut to the killer dude again, who he's got someone else tied up.
Yeah.
And he's about to torture him, and then he asks the guy about some pics that he shows of the alien. And then cut back again, goddammit, to the girlfriend at her dad's house, who's talking about how much he misses his wife. Then she gets a phone call in a masked voice saying, "I'm watching you."
Yeah, see, hence my freaking description at the beginning, because like I said, this was hard as fuck to follow.
They didn't let a scene last longer than 3 seconds. And then it fucking fades out, and then we cut to a dude at the bar drinking and having flashbacks of when he was playing paintball one night, because it looked like fucking paintball. It didn't look like army fucking, like a military operation.
Fuck no.
Then we get a flashback of him and his men on what I call Operation Weekend Warriors. Then we cut back again to the bar, where 2 douchebags are playing darts at the bar. One of them goes up to him, who I now refer to from now on in the rest of the review, I refer to him as Blambo. And asks him if he wants to play. He says, "Don't touch me." So he touches him again because he's a dickhead. And he gets his arm bent awkwardly.
He's like, "Hey, I told you not to touch me."
So the sheriff rent-a-cop then cut to him checking out an abandoned van on his way home. Okay, this was a dumb fucking thing. So he gets called out to this van. He gets to the van. It's nighttime. He gets to the van and sees it's abandoned, and then we all of a sudden get a title card that says 45 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the sequence of events, why they would
Damn. Yeah, that
do
skipped a bunch of my damn notes.
Did it?
Yeah, I have it written in here. I said 45 minutes earlier. I said in this particular movie, it really wasn't necessary. I said, why the fuck would you do that?
No, and then it shows the dude. It shows why the van got abandoned because the guy ran out of gas. Mm-hmm. But it's not an important fucking scene.
Nope.
Yeah, some dude driving engine stalls. He gets out, gets his gas can to go. By the way, I want to point this out. So when the sheriff gets there, we cut back to the sheriff. When he gets there, he calls the van in. He calls the plate number in. Did you catch the plate number?
I did not.
Calls it in. He says the plate number is Thomas Henry X-ray 1138. That is a reference to George Lucas's first movie, THX 1138. It's the first movie he ever made.
TK421. Why aren't you at your post?
Another sci-fi movie. By the way, don't do that. If you're making an independent sci-fi or horror film, do not reference better films because it will just look like you're fucking sucking dick.
Reaching.
That's
like with, what was his face? Lex Luthor in Justice League was in his cell and his shirt number was TK421. That was his prisoner number.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Easter egg, but...
That's an Easter egg, but that's not a reference because that's a... Well, I mean, I guess it could be a reference, but that didn't really matter because, like, it was... something different. Like it was an independent movie.
Yeah.
This is an independent movie.
Skewed.
Yeah. Then the alien shows up, and at 2920, he rips the head off the sheriff, which is the Blambo's brother, for kill
3.
We're only at 3.
Only at 3, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Cut to the city, and there's a whore who's looking for fun. Blambo picks her up and takes her back to his place where he has Whiskey Dick. And that's where we find out Blambo's name, which is Slade Hunter.
Slade Hunter.
The second I heard that, I thought of a couple things. One, there is a movie called Space Mutiny. There's an episode of Mystery Science 3000 in it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. There is a character in that movie named... I forget what it's called, but it's a dumb name like Slade Hunter. And so for the rest of the film, they make fun of his name by naming him other dumb things. But
of course,
the other thought was Slade Hunter. That's so fucking generic and lame. You might as well call him Knife Dick or Army Fucker. It's the same fucking meaning. Slade Hunter. Anyway, he gets a call from the sheriff's office that they have information about his brother. Then we get a scene where he is driving and gets a off-screen dialogue flashback, which I've never fucking heard of in my life.
Damn.
About when he and his brother had a fight.
Ah, yes.
And he told his brother he never wanted to see him again because of some horror he was seeing. And that's why at this point in the movie, which they don't explain, you have to kind of figure that shit out. At this point, they hadn't spoken in a while.
Yep.
Even though apparently they lived like fucking 20 minutes away from each other.
Exactly.
Then we get another fucking comic panel of a priest saying, so now we lay Mason Hunter to rest. They couldn't even film a dude in a fucking black shirt with a Bible saying that. They had to fucking do it in another shitty comic panel. And I was like, fuck you.
But then what I got in here, somebody takes the sheriff's head off.
Yeah, that was kill number 2 at 2920. Not the alien did that.
Goddamn.
Yeah, your notes are all fucked up, dude.
I'm on 6.
Yeah, I don't know where
I got 6 deaths.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
Again, we talked about this before. You reach for all. My standards are super strict. They have to be completely on screen, and they have to actually die. Yep. You prefer more loose standards? That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't care. But for this one, we're at 3. We're at 3 now. Okay. Yeah.
Well, what's funny, because like I said, Slade, he goes to the damn cemetery to visit his brother's grave.
Yeah.
And the funeral had apparently,
already
quote unquote, just happened, but the ground is already level.
Yeah.
It's already got a headstone in place. It's grassed over.
And I love that they don't show you the headstone because they couldn't afford to.
They couldn't afford to make one.
So he just went some random fucking dude's headstone in the cemetery.
Did they even say what kind of budget this movie had?
I didn't see. I couldn't find any. You know what's so funny? When I looked it up, I found like the IMDb stuff, but there was no budget on there, which usually is where the budget comes from. But I couldn't find anything else. But what I did find, which is really fucking weird, was I found like 3 or 4 different podcasts that had reviewed this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
podcasts
shit.
I never heard of. them.
Okay.
But I have never, ever, when I've done like research for a movie to get the information, I have never seen so many podcasts review a movie. And this is independent
Wow.
movie. So yeah, I found more podcasts than I did information about the movie.
Well, shit.
Anyway, so yeah, so when he's there, the sheriff, who's his brother, his girlfriend Carrie, comes up and tells her, you know, I was seeing your brother, blah blah blah. And I love this line. So she walks up to him and she's like, Mr. Hunter, my name's Carrie. I knew your brother. And he just, because he's trying to be such a badass, he just goes, the name's Slade. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Shut up, you low rent Batman wannabe.
Hang on a sec. Yeah, so then he tells her he's going to bury whoever did this.
Absolutely.
Of course, because, you know, he's badass. He's
right.
Blambo. Then we cut to Alder, the killer assassin dude, showing up at a house
Yeah.
with his team.
He does.
Just a random house.
Yep. And he goes, he knocks on the door. The bitch opens it up. He asks her, who is it?
He said, we need to use your house.
We need to use your house. And without warning or without cause, he just fucking shoots her.
Shoots her, yeah.
Now, what did you notice when they walked in the house? What did you notice after he
There was
supposedly
nobody?
shot the bitch?
There was nobody.
There's nothing there.
No, there's not.
They couldn't afford a dummy. They couldn't
No.
afford somebody to just lay there to pretend.
How do you not afford someone to lay there? Just get
I
a
don't
random
know.
fucking person.
I don't know. At
But
least
yeah.
make it a little more believable.
Because, like, what happens after that is, you know, he enters and then one of his lackeys enters and does a sweep of the house.
Yep.
And he passes by the front door a couple times. And you don't see a body on the floor.
And there was a part during this scene when they were there. They go to leave the house, and you see in the background, you see somebody shoot out of the barn. I don't know if you noticed
No,
that.
I didn't see that. No.
Somebody comes shooting out of the barn. I don't know what the fuck for
No.
because it doesn't say anything. And I said, "Holy shit! Who the fuck was that that just left the barn? Somebody better go check the sheep.
Oh, shit.
Somebody
sheep
in the
fucker?
barn sheep fucking.
Sheep fucking him? I mean, it is the country, so who knows?
Yep.
So we had that long scene of that lackey sweeping the house with no body on the floor, which nobody moved there, so she should be there.
Exactly.
And apparently she lived alone all by herself in this big-ass house because no one else is in the house.
I think they were looking for the kryptonite.
Oh, no, because
Isn't that
they had it. No, they gave it to the nerd dude.
Ah.
And they had it, yeah, because
Yeah.
the nerd dude was with them. So they were looking for a home base to start going after this alien. But we cut to the sheriff's girlfriend asking about some men who left her dad's barn. And then we cut to a whore.
So apparently that was tied into that.
I think so, yeah.
Because I noticed that, but I was like, but they didn't say nothing. But I didn't.
Well, you're right. They didn't say anything because
I didn't catch the part where you're talking about.
Well,
apparently I missed it.
So what happened was they cut to her looking out the window, and there's some dudes at the barn where she lives with her dad. But they didn't. You didn't see the scene where they get to the barn. You didn't see the scene where they talk to the dad. You have no
You
fucking
see
idea
this
who they
fuck Run
are.
out of the barn. I'm sitting there going, somebody's in there fucking animals.
There's no scene before that to explain these
Damn.
people. They're just fucking there.
Yep.
And this is one of my favorite parts. So you cut to a whore taking a shower, and at 29 exactly, we get a top down of the shower for some RTs.
We do get some decent RTs, and they actually last a little while.
They do last a while. My favorite part of this is that her brother is in a room playing Galaxian,
Yeah.
an Atari game,
Yep.
with a Nintendo controller. And I'm like, fuck you again, dude. That is
jeez.
dumb shit. Because all it shows first is him playing, and it shows a controller in his hand. It's like, oh, it's a Nintendo controller. I was like, cool, he's playing Nintendo.
Yep. And then she gets a call while she's walking around. He's playing that shit.
Yeah.
And then she's walking around. She gets a phone call, and apparently it's her agent or somebody.
Yep.
And she screams, "I got the part! I got the part!" I said, "Yeah, Cum Dumpster 3.
Yeah.
Spunk Junkie. That's the name of the film."
I put, she gets a call about a porn part that she
There you go.
gets. Because she, one of the lines she said is
Exactly.
like, oh no, I don't mind doing nudity. I'm like,
Yeah.
obviously you just did in this movie. Of
course not.
I wonder if she was literally replaying the call she got for this movie, because she did nudity in this movie too.
I
Yeah.
suppose so.
And then she doesn't turn off his Nintendo Atari game. And then we get a green flash and then cut to another fucking comic panel, which is, this one is the laziest fucking comic panel of all, because all it is a dark comic panel with a lightning strike drawn in, and then a word box that says blackout. And I was like, I'm fucking done. I am done. I'm fucking done. I am loving the small independent feel of the movie,
Yeah.
but goddamn, like this is one of those movies where like you cannot look away for a second, you can't be on your phone for a second because there's so much shit that happens. Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
You'll be fucking lost. I mean,
it's like getting one of those shitty paper mache projects from your kid, and you have to pretend you like it.
Yeah, exactly what it's like.
You're like, hey, that's nice.
And we both watched the movie, and we still got fucking lost.
Yeah. And I really tried.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to make sense of it and try to put together some kind of notes that would make sense.
Yeah, and I watched it super late at night, so I was on my computer, so there was nobody else around to distract me, nothing to distract me. I gave it my full attention, and it's still fucking hard to follow.
Yep.
So the house loses power, and the kid goes and grabs a super soaker. Because,
I love it. That's a Nerf gun or some shit, or super
it might be a
soaker
Nerf
or whatever.
gun, yeah. But it's just a fucking stupid gun.
But you know what? We get a little justice here because always when a kid is stupid, I always like to see him pay a price. So what happens? This little fucker goes into the basement,
right?
And our little vacuum tube breathing into a fan alien, the little jizz monster. He looks like a jelly. He looks like a glazed donut. You know, he's all jizzed over.
He's
shit.
all like slimy and shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, you hear him down there breathing, and the kid goes down the stairs. We don't get it, but later on, she goes down looking for his
sister
dumbass.
goes down there, yeah.
And he's laying there with a bunch of cold cuts, with some ketchup and some
sausages,
other shit. Laying there. So apparently, E.T. The kid's name was Elliot. So I tied this in. I said, so E.T. done fucked Elliot up.
Well, she sees the alien actually eating him.
Yeah.
And so, and then that's all we see of her. We don't even see her get killed or anything. We cut to the next day, and Blambo arrives at the scene of the van killing, where they apparently didn't wash off the blood, and still left the goddamn tape on the street where he got killed.
Oh,
there's
man.
no cops, no forensic teams, no CSI. They just fucking left everything. I mean, this is top-notch police work going on right here.
Oh, absolutely.
Then he goes into the woods. The alien grabs him and throws him against a tree. And then we have a predator type situation.
Yeah.
Where
so he takes his little K-bar knife, his little military K-bar knife, and he actually gets a stab in on the creature.
He does.
And apparently it bleeds antifreeze.
Yes, it does.
Just kind of like Predator.
Just
you
like
know,
Predator.
It's real bright
Exactly.
green color. And then
he retreats like a pussy.
And he runs.
He runs like a pussy.
He runs off into the woods and ends up jumping the fuck off a cliff.
He doesn't run. He hauls ass.
And he jumps up in a tree like he's going to do something cool.
Yeah.
And he ends up falling off a fucking cliff.
He jumps off a quote-unquote cliff. We don't see him actually jump off, but what we get is another fucking comic panel of him falling off the fucking thing. Then we
Plunk.
And then we cut back to another flashback of Operation Weekend Warrior. And when they were going through the woods, then all of a sudden they get attacked by strobe lights and fireworks.
Yes.
Because it's supposed to be gunfire, but you can clearly see in a certain shot, it's like 4 strobe lights in the trees just going real fast.
Absolutely.
But again, that is what they had to work with. I applaud them for trying.
Hey, and you can't beat the dubbed over. They had the drone footage flying over the river, and they had dubbed over a helicopter.
Yeah.
Sound of a helicopter. So, hey, they got a little creative.
Yeah. So he called into his captain for an evac, and the captain is told too fucking bad by his superior. So he tells the officer to fuck you, and then he gets back on the mic and he tells them, get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. And then we go back to the water tower UFO, where we see a toy action figure of the alien standing in front of a TV screen.
Yep.
And his leader tells him to destroy them all. We get no other context.
That's it.
No
and
clues.
Then the scene ends. It's just quick clip.
We don't know where they're from, why they're here. We don't know who they are, why they want to destroy us. This is the only type of interaction we get with the alien and his home species. That's it.
Yeah. What is it? What was it? Oh, Battlestar Galactica, the Imperious leader.
I have no idea. I didn't watch it, so I have no idea. Then we cut back to Carrie's house, where she apparently found him off screen and brought him back to her house to recover. Again, another scene that they didn't film, and we just have to assume that somehow she magically found him at the bottom of the cliff, alive, fucking alive, and not even damaged, no cuts, no nothing.
He's just, I'm a little stiff. Help me up here.
I'm a little stiff in my pants. Can you help me with that, please? Then we get the exposition of her father who was the pilot that crashed after being attacked by the alien. This is what she's telling
Which I
him.
labeled as a whole bunch of minced up bullshit.
A whole bunch of dumb
Because
bullshit.
I didn't have any idea what the thing was talking about.
No, but this is what she's telling Blambo. Then off screen we get a call of him calling someone for help with the creature.
Yep.
He calls his team in. We cut again. This is storyline number 5 for you because I know you said there's a bunch of stories going on.
And this, folks, this is an hour-long movie.
Hour and 10 minutes. No, hour and 2 minutes. Hour and 2 minutes. Yeah.
And look how long this review has taken us.
It's taking fucking forever. But we cut to 2 meth heads robbing a house for money, which again, storyline number 5. And then this is the part that I love. Apparently, the alien shows up and takes them out by pulling them out of the door. But I said, I guess that's what happens because you literally see fucking nothing.
And did you notice how in a lot of parts during these later scenes that the sound was dubbed over the film?
Oh, it was badly dubbed over.
Horrible. The voices and everything, it was all dubbed over.
And the music track
Somebody
was so
forgot to plug
fucking
the
loud.
microphone in. Somebody fucked up.
Yeah, they didn't get on-set audio, and then they did not know how to do ADR correctly. And then the mixer did the music, background music, so fucking loud that entire scene where the bitch with the mask is holding the lady hostage, they're talking, you can't hear a single fucking word because the music is so loud and their ADR is so low that the only way I knew they were saying something was because I had the fucking closed captioning on.
And they're like verbally hostile as a son of a bitch too. The damn burglar standing there, she's standing there talking to the bitch.
Yeah.
She's just like, no, just be content. Fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck you.
And that's why I said they're meth heads because the way the lady's moving is like she's like jittery and shit. And she's moving and she's like, fuck you. It's like, you're a fucking
I'm
meth
sitting
lady.
in a chair at the moment saying, what the fuck are we watching here? Then
saying,
again, we've been down this road before, man.
You're saying, fucking Chris, I hate your ass.
No, hey, it's all good.
So cut to the house with the agency men, and the nerd says he tested the kryptonite, and it's pure kryptonite. Carrie then goes looking for Blambo, who took off in the woods to find the creature. She gets captured, and Blambo goes to the house, and then he gets knocked out. Because, man, does he fucking suck. And then, but just prior to the getting knocked out, he actually kills one of the guards for kill
4.
I didn't write it down because I don't fucking care.
Yep.
Then Carrie escapes, and the assassin goes after her. Nerd releases Blambo.
I wrote it down as bitch just leave slaves all's ass. Fuck you, I'm gone. You're on your own, bitch.
She unties her hand and just fucking goes.
I know she takes off. She just leaves his ass. I was like, fuck, you could have just like helped the brother out. But
He's like, bye, sorry, I couldn't help, bye.
So long, fuckface. I'm out.
But then he goes after her and he tells the nerd to take out Blambo, and Blambo releases him because he's done with all this shit, and they go after them. So they arrive at the barn where they're at, and he begins shooting at the assassin, and the assassin shoots back. And I put in my notes that a Naked Gun style shootout ensues in the barn because they're like 3 goddamn feet from each other,
and nobody's hitting the
fucking thing.
Shit.
And if anybody's seen Naked Gun or Police Squad, there's a joke where they're chasing a suspect, and then the suspect goes behind like a bench or some garbage cans and starts firing. The detective, whatever, goes behind something else, starts firing, and it cut back and forth to them firing. But then they go to a wide shot, and they're 2 fucking feet from each other, shooting. It's fucking classic.
It is.
I love Police Squad. Then the alien shows up, and at 5650 kills the assassin for
Kill 5.
Yep, I said he throat swiped that bald cocksucker.
Mm-hmm. And he
killed
killed on screen.
He roadhoused him.
That's right, he did. Roadhouse.
Took out that damn larynx.
And then the nerd drives his remote control car into the barn with C4 and tells Blambo to get out. And he blows it up with a digital explosion.
Ugh, fuck.
It was so fucking digital.
I said, oh no! Explosion in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Can you say explosives, boys and girls?
And then we get a shot of somebody who had set the alien toy on fire.
Oh God! I call it another Spirit Halloween decoration.
It was a fucking action figure. They just moved back and forth on fire. Then they cut to the exterior of the barn, and the barn has turned into a toy barn that they set on fire. Yep. They're using a bunch of miniatures, which I fucking love. I love it. I love miniatures. Ever since like Godzilla days, I love miniatures.
Yep.
You know, even if they're bad miniatures.
Exactly.
Then for some fucking reason, Carrie gets horny for Blambo and tells him to stick around for a while.
Stick around.
But he's gone. He's like, no, I'm fucking gone, dude. Cut to a week later. We have an alien autopsy, which
That's hilarious.
I fucking love this.
We get a Stephen Hawking narration, I call it.
Yes, we do. We get
Because you hear this. And what we're going to do here is
alien autopsy, version point
exactly.
And we get a upward shot of a doctor putting his gloves on, like he's gonna do it, and then when it cuts to the alien, it's very much so the burned alien toy that they're filming. And it's even more reinforced when you get a good look at what the bed is that it's on. Mm-hmm. The bed it's on is a goddamn paper towel. I was like, that's a paper towel. It's clearly a paper towel that they put the alien fucking
and then
thing
what's
on.
horrible about it, then you get this fucking thing that says number 5 is alive. Or
yeah, you get a Short Circuit reference.
It's a Johnny 5.
Johnny 5, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. So you get that and you get the THX. I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
And then it pretty much just goes.
So yeah, the alien wakes up. He goes after the scientist. It cuts to black. And then he says Johnny. It says number 5 is alive, and then at the very end it says, "You have just experienced the Risen," and end of movie. Ugh. So James, being that this was my choice,
but then they did the stupid cheesy ass reprise of the entire fucking cast with like the Predator style.
Oh yeah, they did
individual pictures, naming the actors and stuff because they needed more time, but nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, because there's only like 102 minutes total screen time. So,
but yep. So, now, like I said, we've seen worse.
Yes, we have. Absolutely.
We have seen worse, but we've definitely seen fucking better.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Basically, what I did on this one...
Okay.
Horrible, horrible acting.
Yeah.
To be expected.
Yes.
I mean, we say that a lot, but this acting was just off the charts fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. They weren't even trying.
No.
They weren't even trying. The story was a colostomy bag.
I couldn't tell what the fucking story was.
I couldn't tell what it was.
I couldn't tell
and, you know, the script was mixed with 6 or 7 other movies. And the blood effects are Kmart level. I mean, the blood effects were horrible.
They are definitely...
Now, the Mr. Rogers explosion, you know, it's all CGI'd over, but the fact that the barn is an obvious miniature...
Yeah.
And the wall just kind of goes plop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, there was a certain comedic element to this movie.
I laughed quite a bit.
It was entertaining to a point. There were kills, and there were some damn good RTs.
Some RTs.
I gave this one a black turd.
Okay.
I gave it middle of the road.
That's good.
It's not super great. It's not brown turd quality, but it's good enough to see.
Yeah.
That is the, what we call that, the nictin artery.
Nictin artery, that's right, yeah.
So, yeah, just a little bit of alcohol, and you'll enjoy this one.
That you'll want to watch for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you for most of that. The acting was middle schoolish. The sets were middle schoolish. The special effects were middle school. This reminded me of kids in middle school who make their own home movies.
Yep.
I absolutely adore and love the fact that I call it a kitchen sink film because they tried every fucking thing with special effects. Because you got the cotton ball at the beginning. Oh, we got the cotton ball at the beginning on fire. It's supposed to be the spaceship. You know, you've got the alien toy. You've got the miniature barn.
Yep.
You know, you've got the fucking comic book panels, which I fucking hated, but that's what they had to use, right? You have so many continuity errors, and then all the back and you have the fucking police car that you never see, but you hear off camera.
He's over here grasping his skull, ladies and gentlemen.
They threw everything they had in this movie with a budget of what was probably $1,000,
if that.
But the story was all over the place. You're right; it has a lot of comedic elements to it. I laughed quite a bit, as much as I did now as I did when I first watched it.
Yeah.
I can actually see us like watching this with our group on movie night.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely one for that kind of occasion, especially with the drinking.
Just thinking about it in my head, I can visibly hear Hazel's eye roll as she's watching it. But I also gave it a black turd.
All right.
Yeah, middle of the road, something to keep in your queue. You don't want to pay for it, but if it's on Tubi for free.
It's on Tubi, yeah.
Definitely go check it out. It is a lot of fun. I can see people who like to do riffing videos or riffing commentary having a field day with this.
It's an easy target.
It is.
It's an easy target.
But you know what? God damn it! They had an alien fucking in the movie.
Yes.
They had a water tower UFO. They fucking tried.
They did.
They had. They had
a water tower mothership.
They had a massacre at a pool party, but they only had one goddamn fucking victim you could see because they couldn't afford anything more. But they tried. So yeah, black church for me as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Like I said, we've seen a lot worse.
Indeed, we have.
But again, at least it had kills. Yeah, it had some titties, and it made us laugh.
Indeed, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, if you'd like to support the podcast, if you go to www.patreon.com/whatthesuck, we have what we call the jump scare. It's one level, it's $7 a month, and that gets you access to all of our riff track stuff, all of our, I don't know, I don't call it riff track, but we've done commentary tracks, we've done reviews of actual good horror movies. You get a chance to hear our bloopers, which God knows there's plenty of those.
I want to correct that because I've been meaning to correct that for a while. Only State of Fear has bloopers because I don't remove the bloopers for this show because this show is so much more loosely formatted.
There's no standards here.
I leave every goddamn thing in this show except for the long pauses. So there's no bloopers because the bloopers are in the show. Okay. But all the other shit you mentioned, that is on the Patreon.
I stand corrected.
Yeah. So I wanted to correct you because I think about it because I when I edit the show, I hear it every week and I'm like thinking about it. Because sometimes when we have good bloopers, I put them at the beginning of the episode.
Exactly.
As well, when we have them. So I'm like, I never ever take, because I always take the bloopers out of the State of Fear, but I'm like, I never take it out. I'm like, I probably need to correct him. So that's me letting you know.
No, that's all good.
They're all included in the show.
Hey, that's what it is. It's a conversation.
But you do get...
we hit the record button and go.
Exactly. You do get ad-free, mostly early access. Sometimes they're available as soon as Wednesday, sometimes Monday. Sometimes they're not available till Friday, but at the very least they're ad free.
Yes,
you don't get all the fucking ads that are in the show.
Yeah.
And then of course all the money you send us, it supports us and helps go to the show to buy new equipment, replace equipment, and help with the website that we now have.
Indeed.
Yeah. Which
we'll be putting that information out soon.
Pretty soon. Yeah. Probably by the time this episode drops, I'm sure it'll be out by then because this is going to be for a while. Yeah. So. But all right, bud. Well, I think next week we have your selection.
We're going to be reviewing Dead Ant.
That's right. And I'm kind of excited about this one because according to the trailer, there are giant ants, which I love giant ants.
It's 80s themed, rock band, giant ants.
The son of Busey.
God knows, yep. Son of Busey. Son of Busey.
Yes.
All hail.
Yeah, I know you love your Busey. So.
Absolutely.
All right, well, until next time, this is Chris, and I'll see y'all at the next Shit Fest.
Hey, and this is James, and if it ain't on What the Suck, it ain't shit.
Thank you.